Hello everyone, all things reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing this amazing quality high small capacity portable air duster. So in today's video, before we get started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if this is something you want to try out, and let's get right into the video. So this will kind of be the overview, so make sure to go to whatever parts you want to. I'm going to try a little bit of a new format where I'm going to mention it in so you can kind of get, but if you want the full thing, make sure to stick around, watch to the end, would really help it. I'll give you a link if you want to support me out. I'm going to put PayPal down below. Now let's actually get started. It's go time, baby. We're going to just be talking about the box, the packaging, what you get when you open it. Then we're going to be talking about the basics: weight, size, height, how you actually charge this thing, recharging, the status on that, how to operate this. Then we're going to be talking about everything else featured on here, like the different
That's a lot of money
accessories, and we're going to show you some live examples kind of so you can see what you're going to be getting yourself into if you get this. And I'm going to be using my office desk as the test subject dummy thing, and you'll get to see how it looks like. There's some parts I cleaned, some parts I didn't, so we can kind of get a rough estimate of that. Then we're going to try each of the accessories. I'm going to give you my honest feedback on all of these different accessories featured here, and I did my best. I gave this like a couple of weeks of testing, so this is, you know, a couple of weeks what it looks like, and to the best of my knowledge. So without further ado, let's get when into you actually get the packaging from Amazon. This is kind of what everything is going to come in, this little air duster. So it's just a standard box, so we can show it. You know, the front is just the air duster, long battery life, powerful blowing, type C charging. This kind of has some illustrations. The box on the side, scope of application: windowsill, air conditioner, keyboard, swimming pool, inside the car, and computer. So you can kind of see it's versatile, and it's 6,000 milliamps, 5 volt, 2 amps, does 40 watts of power max. This is the outflow, working temperature, charging temperature, no load airflow. The dimensions right here in millimeters. I'm going to convert that into metrics, into imperial as well as weight, and I'm going to convert that as well on the screen, so you'll be able to see that right now. Made in China. So this is kind of what it looks like, and when you open it, you're going to be greeted with 2 of these packagings. So the first one here has all the accessories. You can see this doesn't fit in there, and then this second one here has like the little manual and stuff. So let's open that. So when you open it, this is what you get inside the box. This is the manuals you get inside the box, sorry. You get 4 nozzles, user manual, and the electric air duster.
If it's all professional help.
So when it shows up, you can give you the same things, the specifications, battery capacity, as well as a user manual. So it's gonna have an LED indicator, charging port, and a nozzle, so you can see everything and get a understanding. Let me flip it over. So this is the manual on how to charge. Place the air duster on fluted base. Connect the charger. It's not recommended to use product while charging. Please connect the cable to 5 volt amp. And this is kind of how you put it on the nozzle. Then you can release the nozzle hole, so that helps you out with all that. So as far as the manual and such goes, that is basically it. It's a pretty simple manual, and this on the back just for holding, and you can kind of see LED light, which brings us into our next thing. The manual does not mention this, but I will tell you right now how you can do it to help. So to actually turn this cool little air duster on, you can see it has the motor in there. You can see it has for the noise, and this is the charging port. So to actually charge it, you take the handy cable it came with. So as you can see here, this is the USB cable it came with. So you just plug this in and you use a regular old something that takes a USB. So either if you have USB direct, which I do, or you have to use the actual like wall brick adapters to actually take this USB port, but it comes in USB-C, so this is something to take note of. It is not the micro USB, but the newer USB-C. So if you have a Android, a newer Android, that's the one it'll take. It doesn't take the old stuff anymore. And you can kind of see on the back, it's the model A3415, the input and stuff like that. So you can kind of get this nice little, you know, overlook on things. So how do you actually activate it? So as you can see, it's off right now. You have to pay attention to this little LED indicator. And how you activate this is I'll tell you first, and then I'll actually do it. So you press and hold manually. Once this is fully done charging, you manually press and hold 3 to 5 seconds until this light goes blue. So you press and hold.
It's go time, baby.
And now it's blue and it automatically turns on. So now to get it on the second mode, you just press one time each to go to each rotation, and that's how you turn it off. So this is the normal, smaller one. This is the higher one. Third highest. And then it goes off. So as you can see, there's 3 tiers. And now when you start this on, this is called on standby mode. As long as this blue LED light is on, you don't have to press and hold 3 to 5 seconds. And just to show you, you know, give it some more time. Press, and it turns on. Filter second, filter third. There you go. So you can see it in action, and as long as this blue LED is on, that means everything is good. You can manually do this, and after about 5 minutes, this LED will turn off by itself, in which case you're gonna have to be doing the press and hold mechanism. So let's move on with our actual other part of this video, which would be kind of like the testing part. And also I will mention for the charging of the battery, it doesn't take long. 30 minutes to an hour will get you about a full charge, and you get a good amount of use case. This lasts me, you know, I charged it 1 day and I've been using it 3 days for now, and it still lasts me. So it has a good use case. I didn't experiment to see like the longest I can do it while in operation, but I just know for the average person, you know, you're not going to be dusting every day, so it should last you a little while. So let's actually move on now with the next phase of this, the little extension. So let's talk about this. You have a total of 5 of them. You have this little short tiny one, which as you can see goes on like this over, and that's if you want to direct. So then you can put stuff like this on it, or you know, other pieces on it. I think that's kind of what I think it's for, but this one's just to make it a little stoutier if that's what your goal is. This is the second one. As you can see, that can also go on top, but it's meant to go on top of this. Your third one, which, you know, just goes, it's kind of, oh, I turned it on. There we go. My bad, actually, I turned it on. It goes on just like this, as you can see. And this is the longer one. This is the shorter head of it that you put in the same way. And when you're putting this on, something I do want to mention, don't overdo it. It's a little challenging with one hand, but you don't want to be jamming or pushing or doing anything of that nature in this. You rather want to just kind of let it basically fall into place with a little bit of some extra help if you need be. This one is the little duster accessory. So you gotta put it on. There you go. And this is the little duster. So you just want to fine tune it a little bit. The way I have it is kind of loose. So you want to kind of fit it all the way, and see, this is the little duster.
I mean, if it's all professional help.
You can see It goes on pretty good. I'm gonna off camera show you one by one with these accessories and put them on because it's a little bit difficult holding the phone to do the recording. So we're gonna go first, starting with this longer one. And just like that, through the power of editing, voila, it's right on. So you can see there's loose dust all around here. So we're gonna show you the different modes with this longer extension one, which is just longer. So we're gonna go first mode, as you can see, clearing. Second mode, clears. And then third mode, this is the highest. And we're gonna do it right on the keyboard. You can see it's pressing right on the keys by itself. Taking it right down, I'm gonna show you on the fan, kind of how much you can get this fan spinning on the third mode. Showing right around here, anything that's loose. Show you right here. So this is just the long extension basically. Awesome, this is the long extension one. I'm not trying to go overboard with them, so I can kind of show you, what it looks like in all the different modes. I'm gonna put the second one on and let's get right into it. Let's bring on the second beast. I'm gonna turn it on and I'm gonna do all three of the modes. So you're gonna be able to see it. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna be doing some demonstration. As you can see, this area kind of, and let's see what it looks like. You can kind of see it's dusty. So let's see what this one does. All right. Second mode. Okay. Full. Fully engaged. And let's kind of do it on this. There we go. I'm gonna do it on the keyboard. There we go. I'll get this one right here. This. And I'm gonna get this as well. Right along the edges. And windowsill.
That's big.
So as you can see, the before and after, it looks definitely better. So we're gonna put on this third one right here and let's see what it looks like. I kind of feel like on this dirty keyboard, this would be the best demonstration. As you can see, this would be for smaller areas to fit right in there. So without further ado, let's get into it. right along the edges right there, little edges and crevices, so you can, if you're lucky enough to be able to slide right on there, right on there. You can see it pushes out all the gunk in the middle that normally you aren't able to get. Right along that keyboard right there, edge like that, edge like that, edge like that, and you can see, besides it being dirty, that it gets the job done. See, it's kind of moving and wiggling around. On to our next one, general duster. You can kind of see I left some of the bigger stuff so you can kind of see what it looks like. This is just a general all-purpose duster. Now, I do have some bigger dust over there, as you can see. I'm going to show you even on full mode. But I'm going to show you the stuff around the edges. Right there, that little corner. This, you can see, it gets you good. This little stuff along the edge, you can see the stuff moving. You can get right along the edge, in the corner of it, and even good with cobwebs. Last purpose of demonstration. Small mode, medium, large. Right along the edge, right there. And let's just demonstrate this little last one. I'm kind of still figuring out what it's exactly good, but this is like the wider. You can see it makes this fly. I mean, it flattens it right down from the roof. Anything in the middle, anything that's still here, which this is going away. It's like this heavier part of it. You can kind of try to highlight it. It is going around. I'm going to do the window sills again. So a little bit. You can kind of see. So let's talk about the pros and the cons after seeing everything. So, you know, it is a overall good air duster. I don't know why I'm organizing right now. But overall, pretty sturdy air duster. Now, when this does go on full mode, you can kind of feel it in your hand. It does shake your hand a little bit, basically. So that is something to, you know, just know when it's on full mode. I like the 3 modes. I like that you can separate it and you get all these nice cool accessories. You know, this overall, you can see when you really put some pressure into it, it does clean. I don't know why it's to the side. You know, I don't know what I did to mess it up to the side, but for the most part, it's not gonna make it extremely, but does its job. This long one is for more like deeper surfaces that you just can't get, so you use, you know, that for it. This is pretty good as well. This is for shorter range, and this is for more like tight, small places like keyboards or stuff like that. And this, I don't know, really, this is like the big boy, the big short boy that disperses as much as you possibly can.
That's big.
Activation, you know, once you learn it, it's straightforward, but I wish they kind of told you that. I had to go and search. I do wish it was in the manual. For the weight, it's pretty portable. I just put everything in this little box that it came with. because it has a photo and it's pretty easy to take care of, and you do get a good amount of range for what you pay for, basically. And it's decent, the tools, you know. I'm personally, the one I use the most is this short or this long range. The cleaning, these three are basically the most used. This I don't really see using too much, so I kind of will knock it that. And you know, I do wish it was said in the manual better how to clearly activate it on and off, because just pressing doesn't work. You have to press and hold 3 to 5 seconds. That's the only way you're gonna get this thing to turn on. Otherwise, it's gonna take you forever. It took me like a day to figure that out. So that's something to be mindful. And for the most part, you should use this not as the primary, but first when you have something bigger, or you take the dust off with the rag or something. And then this for the edges. This is more specifically built to be like a hand for the parts that you can't clean with like a towel and a rag, basically, right? So this is the way I would treat it, as a extension, and a really handy one at that, because sometimes, you know, because you can see you get all this little dust and it can go under, and it's pretty handy. So I do actually enjoy it as a little accessory. I take it in the car as well, and I get to clean out the little edges of the car that sometimes you just can't clean with your own hands because it's too small. So this performs really well on small surfaces, edges, and corners and stuff like that. I wouldn't recommend you use this first. Use it as a secondary, you know, tool. That would be my recommendation. Don't do this as like a first tool. So that would be going into, I do like that it's USB-C, so it is up to date in the sense of that. And once you learn it, it is easy to use. Once again, secondary, you want to do everything first with the towel or something, or some other thing, and then use this for the little edges and the corners that you just can't get with, you know, your hands or another tool, because this is where this performs really well. It has a long battery life, and it lasts long, and the charging isn't so awfully long as well. So that would be the way I would use this. As far as use cases go, yes, you can use it in the computer, in the little component parts of the GPU, the stuff that you can't really clean out, or if you have a SSD or the built-in one, the smaller one, the M1, that's what it is.
Fucking gold bricking ass out of my beach community.
You can get right up into the corners without this affecting it, because you have to realize if you use a vacuum or something, you are damaging. So this would be the better alternative for that, because this is safe for computers, inside of cars, windowsill. So all the use cases actually apply, and I would add edges and corners as well of almost anything it will be able to get, or if you just have a lot of stuff. And cobwebs too, up to a certain amount of cobwebs, like pretty big ones, it's able to do. So I would also add for that as well. So who would this be good for or targeted for, right? And now my rating on it. This would be good for anyone who just likes cleaning and wants to get everything perfect, get the edges or the cobwebs, and you don't want to use a broom or your hands. I understand this would be good for that as well. Or between the cars and stuff like that. It's always good to have little tools like this. And I would say it's worth it, but I would have to give this on a scale like a 7.5 out of 10. Only reason being, you have to figure out how to do it, and I taught you here. Otherwise, you might be stuck for a little while. And you know, it's not the strongest in the world, but then again, if it was any stronger, to be fair, your hands, you know, it would, because even with how strong the motor is, your hands, you know, you feel it in your hands. So that would be my rating on it. I do like the product and will use it and, you know, endorse it. Because I use it myself and I do recommend it, but you have to use it as a secondary tool. It cannot be your primary. That's why the 7.5 I feel is fair. It's a good value for what you're going to be getting. So once again, all things reviews. If there's anything I missed or you guys use anything like this or something similar, let's comment down. Let's create a thread about it. You know, cleaning is important. It makes stuff really nice at the end of it, you know, or if there's anything I missed. Once again, don't be afraid to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with anyone if they're thinking about buying an air duster for their computer or other smaller component parts or in the car or anything like that, and are on the edge about it. This would be a good video to show them. I'm going to put the Amazon link down below so you can buy this product yourself if you would like to. And once again, all things reviews. Until next week, bye-bye.
If you liked the content, please like and subscribe to All Things Reviews, and be sure to check out other videos to support the creator. Have a nice day and see you next week.